The Mystic Drum by Gabriel Okara. The mystic drum in my inside, and fishes danced in the rivers, and men and women danced on land to the rhythm of my drum. But standing behind a tree, with leaves around her waist, she only smiled with a shake of her head. Still, my drum continued to beat, rippling the air with quickened tempo, compelling the quick and the dead to dance and sing with their shadows. But standing behind a tree, with leaves around her waist, she only smiled with a shake of her head. Then the drum beat with the rhythm of the things of the ground and invoked the eye of the sky, the sun and the moon and the river gods. And the tree beamed to dance, and the fishes turned men, and men turned fishes, and the things stopped to grow. But standing behind a tree, with leaves around her waist, she only smiled with a shake of her head. And then the mystic drum in my inside stopped to beat, and men become men, fishes become fishes, and trees, the sun, the moon found their places, and the dead went to the ground, and things began to grow. And behind a tree she stood with roots sprouting from her feet, and leaves growing on her head, and smoke issuing from her nose, and her lips parted in her smile, turned cavity, belching darkness. And then I packed my mystic drum and turned away, never to beat so loud anymore. This poem of Okara is an expression of passionate love for his second wife, Archiando Carmichael, an African American woman. The poem is a journey of the lover from a conventional phase in which his understanding conforms to social customs of the behavior. It progresses as the speaker sees the people as people and fishes as fishes. The relationship is still at the primary level of innocent attraction. The mystic drum of passion that beats in his inside has no effect whatsoever on his perception of external reality. He sees everything as they are or as they are commonly perceived. His attraction to the beloved is born out of his natural instinct. The leaves around the waist of the woman signifies her fertility and biological cycle of reproduction. With her smile and the shaking of his head, she seems to be attracting and inviting the love. This is a phase of innocence without any complicated experiences. In the second phase, the lover goes through a more intimate experience where people are no longer people and fishes are no longer fishes. The passions are ignited and the lovers grow through different emotions. Awakening, the awareness of the inner realities beneath the actual surface of the things. The quickened tempo of the drum signifies the passion of the lovers, which is at its height. In his moment of passion, ever the conventional perception of the fact is changed. Both the living and the dead join their joyful dance and sing with them. There is no longer what they seem to be at first, but slowly the lovers are transforming, much to be announced of each other. The surface appearance disappears, revealing weird patterns of behavior. The beloved at first projected as someone as attractive, but now things are changing. As she stood by the distance with an inviting smile, with more intimate knowledge, the surface mask seemed to be disappearing, exposing the actual personality of the beloved. The phase ends with the marking that things stop to grow, suddenly transforming the beloved into a dead and unproductive person. The passion of the lover has reached a standard point where the mask of the beloved has come off and the reality seems to be far different what the perceived earlier. The third phase, it's about the knowledge. The lover seems to have learned his lesson. He seems to understand reality with more mature look. In this phase, again, the people become people and fishes become fishes. This understanding of the harsh reality comes out with experience. He is now fully aware that beneath the outward appearance, things may not be same. He has learned to accept the realities of life. This circumstances culminates self-imposed decision not to allow his mystic drunk ever to beat so long anymore. Unlike the end of the first and second phase, where the beloved stand behind a tree with leaves around her waist, she is no longer silent by the end of the third phase. She now turns into abyss so deep that the lover is only able to see the darkness inside. He finally decides to practice the mystic drum. The experience teaches him not to expose his inside and his vulnerable self in front of the outsiders. He learns to keep his passion under control, making sure that they don't beat so loud ever again. This was the explanation of the poem which was recited right now. It has another post colonial perspective, which I have already discussed in my previous video. Thank you for hearing me out.